Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining. We're here on Friday, July 17th, 2020, and we're going to focus on our upper body today. So we're going to start standing up. We're going to get our ball and start with we're going to work on our trap and our levator scapula. We're also going to work on the back of it, right below the shoulder here, the subscapularis, and the rhomboids between the shoulder blades. So let's start on our left side, and we will start on our left trap. So you're standing away from the wall, so you're leaning into the ball, and you're going to put some pressure on the trap. And then you're going to just move your arm up and down, create some motion. So the motion you're creating is releasing tension in the fascia by helping it. It's like a pin and stretch. So you're really creating like even more depth into the fascia to help release it. So you want to exhale as you're raising your arm. Exhale as the pressure is going deeper. And then we're going to just do little movements side to side, little side to side smashing movements, and then up and down. These are small movements, just tiny like smashes. Okay, so now the levator scapula, you just get right at the top of that scapula, leaning into it, so you're facing the front more. Again, press that arm up and down, exhaling up. So as the arm goes up, it digs deeper into the fascia as the ball's pressing in more, and you're exhaling up. And then we're going to go side to side and up and down. Okay, now let's go ahead and put it like right about here behind the shoulder blade, so you can find that tight spot. It's like not right behind the shoulder blade, it's down a little bit, like kind of right above the lat. And then bring the arm up and down, exhaling up. You can find this spot too when you're lying down, when we're like doing our lat and we roll right back to it. This is the way to do it on the wall. Exhaling up. Myofascial release teaches you a lot about your body, like where you have restrictions and why you end up having compensating patterns because certain areas are too tight. So we're going to release that tension so everything can move together correctly. We'll go side to side, smashing movements, and up and down. Now we're going to go right on the outside of the arm here. It's like if it was like your rectus femoris of the arm. So between your shoulder and your elbow, like see if you can find a tight spot there. And then it might be closer right on your shoulder too, the little deltoid. So wherever it's tight for you, and then like make a bicep curl and push back, just creating some motion. Good, and while we're here, let's go ahead and do the pec too. So right on the front, on the left side still, find the tight spot, going from the sternum towards the shoulder, see where's the tightest. And really lean into it. Tuck your chin so the back of your neck is long and not stressed. And press your left arm up and down. Your head can even just be on the wall, resting. Push up, really pressing in. Exhaling up. We're releasing all around that shoulder, all around the rotator cuff. Let's even take it in a little bit closer to the shoulder and the pec minor. against the wall. Keep the chin tucked, exhale up. Okay, good. And then we'll go to the right side. So let's go ahead and go to our right trap. Find that tight spot. It's the area between the base of your head and the base of the ear that goes down towards your shoulder. And then you get it on there, so you cut it on the side, on your right side. Exhaling is that you push the hand up. One more time. Then we're going to go side to side. Smashing movements. And up and down. And then to the elevator scapula. It's right above that scapula, the top of the scapula. Find that tight spot. Press that right arm up and down, exhaling up. Keep your chin tucked. You got to pay attention to what the rest of your body is doing too. We're not stressing the neck out just because we're raising our arm above our head. The chin tucked will keep the back of the neck stretching instead of tightening. The cervical extenders in the back want to like bring your chin up and they feel tight. So if you tuck your chin, then it stretches the back of the neck. And we're going to go side to side. Smash. Up and down. Then we're going to take that spot right below the shoulder blade on that right side there and down a little bit. And you find that tight spot. It's kind of like right behind, like you got your armpit and right in back of that. Find that tight spot and again, create some motion. Exhaling up. Chin tucked. Just really focusing like what is the rest of your body doing? You can engage your abs for balance and coordination. And every time you draw in from the center, you have more connection to any part of your body that you're working on. Exhaling up. It's all about the connection. The side to side. Staying connected. Being aware. And up and down. Good. Now we'll go to the side of the arm between the shoulder and the elbow there. And see if you can find that a tight spot there. So much fun to have like more time to do like all of these other little areas. Find it, smash in, and make a bicep curl. Exhaling up. Good, we'll go side to side. And up and down. And then we're going to go to our pectoralis muscle on the front. We'll start rolling side to side and find the tightest spot in the pec major. It might be closer to your sternum, it might be closer to your armpit, but find that tightest spot, pressing in, and then raising that arm up and down. You can even rest your forehead on the wall if it feels good. Then we'll go side to side and up and down. And then closer to the armpit and the pec minor. Pressing up and down, exhaling up. And then we'll go side to side. And up and down. Okay, let's go ahead and put the ball right between the shoulder blades now against the wall in the rhomboids.
Oh, no.
So it's right behind the pecs is the rhomboids. So you're gonna have the knees bent a little bit, kind of like you're doing a little bit mini squat. And then we're gonna exhale up and inhale down with the arms. Just raise your arms however feels good. Don't have to lift them all the way above your head if it doesn't feel good to you. Just creating any kind of motion here. Really being in touch with your own body and seeing what you can do. And it's always a progression. There's always room to progress. And there's always room to regress if something doesn't feel good so that you can progress. Just being aware. One more time. Okay, let's take the ball out now. Okay, so now we're gonna do some funky chicken. So it's gonna be like this. Do you guys remember this? Funky chicken? You're gonna pull your chin back and then push it out. So as you pull it back, it's gonna stretch the back of the neck. When you push it out, it's gonna strengthen the front of the neck. So we're gonna push in and out like this. Now if this feels foreign to you, you can even put your fingers on your chin and push out and pull in. And as you pull back in, you should feel the back of your neck stretching. One more time. Okay, now we're going to keep the chin tucked, and we're going to stretch our right ear towards our right shoulder. So that's the big difference. Say you're stretching your right ear to your right shoulder, and you're like this, and your back's all pushing out, and and your traps are all up. So you got to be. What are we doing actually when we're stretching this? Keeping the chin tucked, keeping the back of the neck long, stretching straight over to the side, so you feel that stretch on the left side from your base of your head, and the occiput down through your neck and into your shoulder. So then I'm going to take the right hand and place it on the left side. So now we're just going to be gentle as we do this, and we're going to take a deep breath. And when you exhale, you're going to feel a little bit of length there. Let's take our left hand behind us and create even more stretch. Nice deep breath. Now we're going to look behind us into our right rear pocket. So then the stretch is going to go back into the levator scapula. You feel it right at the top of that scapula going up towards the base of the head. And take a deep breath. And release. And then we'll bring the right hand down and the left hand on top of the head, stretching to the left side and stretching the right side. So now we're going from the base of the ear, right at the base of the head, going down the neck on the right side. Take a deep breath. That can get so tight. You're like, what the heck? Bring your right hand back, getting even more stretch. Take a deep breath. Feel the lengthening. Just let go. Now look behind you to the left in the left rear pocket. Take a deep breath. And release. Good. Take both hands behind you now. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, opening up through your chest. And when you're like this, you don't want to have a big, anterior pelvic tilt. Tuck your pelvis under. Open up through your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and back. And then inhale up. Exhale to the right side. And inhale up and exhale to the left side. And inhale up, exhale to the right. And inhale up and exhale to the left. And then inhale back up. Exhale down. Bring the shoulders up, back and around. Shoulder rotations. When you're doing shoulder rotations, You should feel your shoulder blades squeezing together. You don't want to be like tight traps and doing this. So you got to really squeeze together. That's an activation for the back. And you're opening up through your chest. Now we're going to take the right arm and just make a circle clockwise. Keep the chin tucked now. So you're opening through the chest, opening through that bicep tendon, palm facing up. One more time. And then we'll go the other side. Let's see, we're going to go counterclockwise. Back and around. Feel the opening, so you see that pectoralis muscle line into the bicep tendon is stretching. Nice and slow stretch. Palm up. Good. Now let's shake your hands. And shake your shoulders. And shake your hips. And we're going to shake all the way down. Go. Let's do it again. Shake your hands. Shake your shoulders. Shake your hips. Go. Again. Shake your hands. Shake your shoulders. Shake your hips. Go. All the way down. Okay. Let's come on down to the ground. Good job. Get your roller. It's fun to have fun. And everybody knows how much fun I have all the time. Right, Scotia? Okay. So let's find that tight lat on that right side. And your knees are bent in. And we're just going to lift up and down. You can just take your hand right by your ear and just support your head. Draw your abs in as you come up. Just digging into the lat. One more time. Now drop your right elbow down. Put your left hand behind. Okay? So now we're going to bring the left elbow down towards the ground, and you're going to be smashing into your right pec minor. Then you're going to exhale back, stretching back through the thoracic spine. Inhale down, exhale back. So we're going to start like creating space in the middle of the spine, the thoracic spine and the rib cage area, where we get tight and it creates tension in our neck. So we want to release the tension in the middle so the upper and the lower part of the spine can be part of the team and not be compensating. So go nice and slow so you can move with your breath. Exhaling on back and inhaling down. Taking those nice deep breaths where you inhale, expanding into your rib cage, and exhale, drawing your belly button in towards your spine. And this time we're going to hold it out and stretch your left arm out. And take a deep breath. Then bring your left hand back in and hold it down. Left elbow down to the ground. And release. Okay. So now let's go ahead and lie on our back so that the roller is right at the rib cage area. Keep your chin tucked. Keep the back of your neck long so your head is supported by your hands. So we're going to inhale back. Also, one more thing. We want to keep the lower ribs connected down towards the hips. So let's exhale the breath out so we have that good connection in the core. Now you're going to hold that connection. So I haven't let it go, but I'm going to stretch back and inhale without letting that connection go. Then I'm going to exhale and come up. So if you keep the ribs from flaring, you get more activation in the thoracic spine. When your lower back arches and your ribs flare, then that's kind of what's stretching instead of the middle of the back. So you want to take away the compensation patterns by really exhaling, Keeping those lower ribs connected down while you're creating this movement. It's really important. And also the lower back. You don't want to feel it trying to arch to find room. It doesn't matter how far back you go. It matters that you hold that connection. So you want to make sure you're not just arching your back way up to find room. You want to keep that connection. One more time. Good, and then we're going to roll over to the left side. So we're going to be on our left leg. Let's just put the right hand down. So we're just going to look up and down. Kind of just like supporting the head with your hand. Keep your chin tucked. Keep the back of your neck long so that your front of your neck is activating, the back is stretching and not stressing out while you're doing this. Drawing your abs in, exhaling up. It's kind of like a core exercise too, those lateral obliques. Huh? 2 more. Good. Now take your hand in back. So your both hands are in back, and bring the right elbow down to the ground so you can smash into that the left pec minor, and then stretch back, exhaling. Again, here, we want to stay connected in the core. So make sure that your lower ribs are staying connected down towards the hips so that you're not arching through the lower back or flaring out of the ribs as you're moving back and forth. Inhale down. Exhale back. As you exhale, you're drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Inhaling laterally into the rib cage through the nose. Exhaling, drawing in. You make that like you're going to blow out a candle when you're exhaling. Inhale through your nose, stretching back. Exhale like you're blowing out a candle. This time we're going to hold it back. And then stretch the right arm out. Keep that head supported by your hand. Feel that pec stretch. Put the right hand back again and roll forward. And we're going to stretch through the thoracic spine while we're holding that pec minor release. Good. And come back up. Now do your back again. Good job. Okay, keep your head supported. And now let's roll up and down along the spine. So your butt's off the ground. Just right there in the middle on the rib cage area. Keep the chin tucked. This just feels so good. Something has to feel good. And one more time. Okay, good. Come on down. So let's go ahead and put the roller to the side. And let's come onto our hands and knees. So your hands are underneath your shoulders. We're going to try and have a flat hand. So that when your hands are down, they're not like arching up like this. So you have pressure underneath the knuckles, okay? And the fingers are forward. Okay. So now we're going to do a scapular push-up. So we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, abs are in, and then exhale and press up. Squeeze and press. So you're keeping your belly button in towards your spine. We're only moving the scapula, so the elbows stay straight. Keep the chin tucked. Keep the back of the neck long. Exhale as you press up. This is really important movement. This movement pattern where you can squeeze the scapula together straight back without the upward rotation that we can get when the traps are tight. 2 more times. And then now we're going to stretch back, arms out in front. Push back onto your heels. Tuck your chin. Take a deep breath. And you're going to feel your lats stretching. Feel your lower back stretching. Let's walk both hands over to the left side. So we're stretching the right side. And take a deep breath. And now we're going to walk both hands over to the right side, so we're stretching the left. And take a deep breath. You can really feel that lat area. And really kind of push into the ribs. Let's go back to the left again, stretching the right. And really push into that rib cage, like you're putting tension over to the right side, creating even more stretch. Take a deep breath, really breathe into it. When you inhale, feel the expansion in the rib cage. That's a really good way to like feel that expansion laterally, that how we want to breathe in this position. And then exhale, belly button draws in. One more deep breath. Belly button drawing in. Then both hands over to the right side, stretching the left. And really inhale through the nose. Inhale into that rib cage. Feel more pressure on as you inhale because you're making the intercostal muscle stretch and inflate with your breath. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, expand. Exhale, draw in. And then both hands back to the center and come back up again. And we're going to do another scapula push-up. So hands underneath the shoulders, knuckles down, abs drawn in, squeeze your shoulder blades together and press. Exhaling up, activating scapula. And now that you just did that stretch, you might even have more availability to do this with more ease. Okay, come up and let's do some pelvic tilting around. Pelvic tilting around, push back and around. And the other way. Now we're going to take the left hand through underneath the right hand arm and stretching the left rear deltoid in the thoracic spine. So feel that stretch behind your shoulder and into the rib cage on the left side. Take a deep breath. So you're getting that nice opening through the thoracic spine. It's like it's creating space. So you can use it. Come back up. And then the right hand goes underneath the left. Because when we're trying to move through the middle, if it's not moving, it gets tighter and pushes out because it's too tight. You're trying to move through it. So when you see somebody's back like in a C and it's really tight, it's because they don't. It's not because it's strong. It's because it's weak and tight. It's not. It's too long. The muscles are too long. Okay, come back up. Okay, good. So now we're going to lie on your back. And we're going to put the arms out to the side and palms facing down. And knees are together. We're going to keep the knees together. And you're going to keep your sternum up and kind of squeeze your shoulder blades together right now. Okay? And draw your abs in and exhale. This is where we're starting. Okay, I just drew my abs in and I exhaled and I'm still talking. So that means I'm not letting go. Okay? So the belly button's in towards the spine and the upper part of the belly is not pushing out and the lower part, everything is drawing in. So you do a soft exhale where everything is connected. No part of your belly is pressing out. Everything is in. You can feel it and make sure. So now we're going to, again, inhale with a connection and exhale both knees over to the right side. So now we're stretching and activating through that, the thoracic spine. Inhale up, exhale over to the left side. It's okay if you can't go all the way down. Just go as far as you can, trying to keep that both shoulders on the ground. Inhale up, draw the abs and exhale over to the right. Keep your neck, back of your neck long. Don't let the back of your neck get all tight right now. Inhale up, exhale over. Keep the chin tucked. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. One more time to the left. And back to the center. And bring your knees into your chest. Just take a deep breath. Let's go ahead and put the feet on the ground. In close to your glutes. And walk your shoulder blades in together. And we're going to squeeze the glutes and press up. Squeezing those shoulder blades in together as much as you can. So this is a whole back line contraction, but we're opening through the chest. So when the back is connecting, the front is opening, right? So the hip flexors are opening, and the quadricep muscles are opening, and the pectoralis muscles are opening. All those tight muscles getting opened. As you squeeze those glutes as tight as you can, squeeze those shoulder blades together as much as you can. One more deep breath. And release. And that's also great for stretching the back of your neck, because when you press up like that, your chin tucks, so the front is strengthening and the back is lengthening. Okay, so now we're gonna get our ball. And we're gonna release the gluteus medius, because that's part of that line that we're gonna stretch. Okay, so let's put it right on that right side, on that hip area, and put your feet together, and the right knee is on the ground, and the left knee is in alignment with your hip and your shoulder. Now this can be tight, a really tight area. So we're going to create some motion. We're going to exhale, the bottom knee goes up to the top knee. And so when we're doing this, what are we doing with our abs? Are we doing nothing? Just like push, just to let them go, like whatever? Or you're drawing your belly button into your spine and exhaling up. And what's going on with your neck? Is it all crunched up, or are you keeping your sternum up? One more time. And then we'll go up and down on it. And side to side. Okay, good. Let's roll around the corner to the TFL on that right side. So that's right below the hip bone there, like where your front pocket would be. And the left foot is in front. Again, what's going on with your abs? Are they drawing in? Is your sternum up? Is your neck long? You're gonna make sure that you like get everything connected in the right way. So now we're gonna go and squeeze that right glute, squeeze and release. Squeeze the right glute. So you put more pressure on that TFL. Squeeze it, squeeze it. Exhale as you squeeze. And release. Okay, let's go to the other side. The left gluteus medius. Check it out. Drawing in, sternum up. Bottom knee on, the left knee on the ground. Feet together. Right knee is in alignment with your right hip and your right shoulder. We're going to draw in and exhale as the bottom knee comes up to the top knee. Using your core. So you keep nice, good integrity in the rest of your body. So it can be like an exercise in itself, right? Just having good alignment while you're doing your myofascial release. Staying connected. Always being present. It's like not thinking about what you just did this morning or who you talked to on the phone or what you're going to do later. It's like right now. Okay, now we're going to go up and down on it. Little smashing movements. from side to side. And then we're going to stretch that left leg out and go around the corner to the TFL. So it's like right by the left front pocket. That bottom leg is straight. The top leg is just in front somewhere. Drawing in, sternum up, neck long. Drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Squeeze and release that left glute. Squeeze and release. As you're squeezing the glute, it puts pressure on the TFL. And it's a good glute activator. So the more release the tension is in the front of the leg, the more activation you can get where you need it in the butt. Okay, and just come off of there. And we're gonna lie on our back. Okay, so your knees are bent. Okay, so now lying down, what's happening in your body right now? Like, what's your back doing? What's your neck doing? So let's check in on that. So if your back of your neck is tight like this, let's bring the chin in so the back of the neck is long. Okay? And let's go ahead and exhale and draw the abs in so that the lower back is connected too. And the feet are a little bit wider than your hips, and we're going to drop both knees over to the right side. So the left knee goes into alignment with the right arch. You're going to get that TFL opening up. And then we're going to stretch that left arm above our head. So then the stretch is going to go into the psoas and the lat, which is stretching the arm back. Now here, the more we're connected in the core, the less you're going to have to arch your back up. We don't want to have it be up like this with a back arch. We want to have as much connection as we can so that you can get the stretch in the front without finding the room in the back. So keep the chin tucked. See if that back of your hand can go onto the floor. So this is where the TFL connects to the lat here. So this line works together. So if either part of these areas are too tight, you're going to have compensations. And a lot of time the lower back takes over when it's too tight in the front and too tight in the lat and the thoracic spine. So now let's bring the left arm down and bring both knees up. And then we're going to drop both knees over to the left side so that the left knee goes into, the right knee goes into alignment with the left arch. So it just kind of shifts over. Then you're going to feel that stretch in the right TFL and bring the right arm above your head. So then here we connect into the psoas and the right lat. Let's take some deep breaths. This is such a great stretch. It really incorporates a whole line of fascia on the right side. So you want to try and breathe into the release. So if this is super tight for you, pay attention to what's going on. Make sure your chin is tight, the back of your neck is long. Really try and exhale into letting go from that tight TFL area and that tight lat so that this whole line can connect and work together. The more you exhale into it, the more it's going to release. So remember, you inhale laterally through your nose into the rib cage. And then you exhale like you're blowing out a candle through the mouth as the abs draw in the belly button towards the spine. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. And then we're going to bring the knees back up to the center and the right hand down. And bring both knees into your chest. Cross your ankles and just rock up a little bit. We're going to bring the feet back down again. See if you can bring them in close to your glute. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Tuck your chin. Press up and squeeze your glutes and walk the shoulder blades in together. If you want, you can connect your hands underneath you even and squeeze your shoulder blades together even more. Really opening through your chest or wherever feels comfortable to you. You can keep them down to your side. You just want to keep that activation in the back. So your whole back is connecting. You're pressing into the heels. You're squeezing your glutes. You're squeezing the rhomboids together. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Opening through your chest. And release. Again, bring the knees into the chest. Okay, and then we're gonna get our roller again. And we're gonna roll over so that our right knee is on the roller. And that the left hand is on the right knee. And that the right hand is behind your head. So we're gonna stretch back with the right elbow. Now we're still working that thoracic spine and opening through the chest. So you can see here again, if your lats are too tight, if your thoracic spine is too tight, if your pec is too tight, then how are you going to get your elbow back, right? It's going to go into your neck. So this area being open like this creates a lot of flexibility and less neck tension. So just holding this, being able to move this way without forcing, just breathing into it. And you can see how much your hip is involved. So we release that gluteus medius because that is part of the lat line. It goes right down into your hip. So now we're going to inhale and bring the right elbow down to the front and exhale back. Keeping that right knee on the roller. So keep going forward and back, creating some activation now. Remember to think about what's going on the rest of your body. We're drawing in as we exhale back. Every time you exhale, it's an opportunity to draw the belly button in towards the spine and connect. Inhaling, expanding laterally into the rib cage as you come forward. Exhaling, drawing in as you come back. And one more time. And then bring the right knee into the chest. And your right knee in towards your right shoulder. Lying on your back. And back to center. Okay, let's go ahead and roll over to the other side. So we're going to put our left knee on the roller. And then the right hand's on the left knee. And the left hand's behind your head. And just you can just start by stretching back. That's the most natural thing that happens here. So belly button draws in. We're going to inhale down, bring the left elbow towards the ground, exhale back. And one side's always going to feel more open than the other. Use your breath to move, to go with your movements. So if you're inhaling down, you use your inhale and then exhale, going back. And so nice and slow. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. One more time. Roll over onto your back. Bring the left knee in towards the left shoulder. Take a deep breath. Bring the left knee into the chest and the right knee into the chest. Little rocking motions. And roll over to the right side and sit up. And we're going to sit on our roller. And do some more twisting. Yeah. So we're going to twist the thoracic spine some more. So whenever we're twisting the thoracic spine, guess what the back should be doing? It should be straight. So if I show you from the side here, say you're sitting in a chair anywhere, especially looking at your phone, and you're like this. You know what I mean? Look at your neck, it's all your back. How much do you think you're sitting like that? And the neck's all forward and getting all weak, and your abs are all weak too, because you're all pushing out. So the opposite of that is sitting up straight and using your core, using your abs, pulling your belly button in towards your spine. Actually using those muscles like you're supposed to. Keeping your chin tucked, keeping the front of the neck active and the back of the neck long and not tight. So we're sitting on a roller, the right knee is in and the back is as straight as you can get it. So if you kind of pull on your knee and get that back straight, you might feel some stretch in the back of the extended leg. So we're going to take the right hand behind you, so you're going to keep that form and stretch your left arm up. And then we're going to bring the left elbow on the right side of the right knee, and we're going to exhale and twist through the middle, through the thoracic spine, right into that rib cage, drawing in and exhaling. Wherever you get to, hold it there. Don't lose that stretch. You know, inhale again, laterally, and exhale, twist more, and hold it. Don't lose it. Inhale laterally. Exhale, belly button draws into the spine. Twist a little more. Big twist. And release. Good job. You're now going to bend the left knee and the right leg is straight. Sitting up straight, left hand back. So you keep that straight alignment in your back. Right arm comes up on the left side of the left knee, twisting around, exhaling. Go as far as you can, hold it. Again, inhale. Exhale, twist more. Hold that stretch. Inhale. Exhale, twist more. Good, and release. So the more I'm going to just keep saying it. The more flexibility we have through the middle, the more we can stretch to the side too. So now, let's take the roller out and bring the right knee in and the left leg out. Now we're going to get some flexibility in our lateral movement of the thoracic spine. So let's just start kind of gentle. Put the right hand behind the head. And we're just going to stretch like this. We're going to exhale over to the left side. So you're going to feel from the hip through the rib cage. Exhaling over. So you want to make sure you're not going forward, right? You want to go straight to the side. Okay, now that we warmed it up, bring your right arm up. See how straight you can get your arm. Don't be like this. And we're going to exhale over, stretching, pulsing, exhaling to the side. That whole line of fascia from the hip, through your waist, through your lat, all the way through the fingertips. Straight to the side, exhaling over. And one more. And put your right hand down. Now we're going to push the left hip forward and reach back with the left hand. Stretching to the front side on the left. So your hip flexor and your psoas and your lat, your chest. Really pressing forward on that left hip bone, really feeling that opening. And release. Good job. Okay, so now bring the left foot in and the right leg out. And sit up straight. So even this can be challenging, right? If you're sitting like this, do you want to do this? Because it's just hard. It's like, if you don't have flexibility, then how do you do it? So you're gonna really draw your abs in. That's how you do it. You use your core. Abs drawn in, so you can get that spine straighter. So that's gonna help your back get stronger by having a stronger front. So let's go ahead, put the right hand on the right leg, put the left hand behind to start, and just start some gentle stretches to the right side. So no big deal, like don't make it so that you're like trying to go all the way over. This is warming up, this is activating, this is helping to release the tightness while creating that stretch. So draw in and exhale. And what we want to be careful, we're not going forward, right? We're going to stay straight to the side, even if you only move 1/4 of an inch. Draw your abs in and exhale. Don't tighten up the back of your neck. Keep your chin tucked and the back of the neck long and use your core instead of your neck. One more time. Good. Left arm up. Exhaling over. Woo, feel that stretch. So am I doing this? Or am I just leaving my arm up and moving through my waist? Right? It's not really an arm movement. It's a lat stretch. Exhaling over, 2 more. And left hand down. And right arm goes back, right hip goes forward. Stretching the front on the right side. Really pushing forward on that right hip. Nice deep breath. And release. Nice work. Okay, so let's get our ball again. And we're going to release some tension in the forearms. Well, this is important. A lot of times these forearms get so tight because we're gripping and everything's going up. And we're like, gotta get a grip, right? So let's start with the right one. So we're going to put the ball underneath the forearm on the right. Put your left arm on top of the right. Kind of roll back and forth. So you find a tight spot. Okay, press in and open and close your hands. So like when you're putting pressure on the forearm, it's hard to open and close your hand. But this really helps activate those digits, like those phalanges, and all the muscles that are connected to the wrist. And like so much of our movement is gripping, so we're like opening instead and releasing that tension in the forearm. Okay, let's go to the other side. So now the ball's on the left forearm and the right, it's on top, right forearm's on top of the left forearm, pressing down. Find a nice tight spot and open and close the left hand. Sometimes it's really hard to open up the hand. It's like, it just wants to stay shut. One more time. Good. Okay, so now let's stretch. I can just totally feel the blood circulating, going in there. So if you're on your hands and knees, we're going to put the fingers, palms down, fingers in towards us, and rock back and forth. It's going to stretch the forearm. And stretch the hand and the fingers. Let's put the fingers out now. We'll stretch side to side. Still palms down. And now fingers forward, and we'll go forward and back. This is probably the easiest one. Okay, now let's stretch the fingers. So we'll start with the forefingers, stretching, and the middle fingers, and the ring finger, and the pinky fingers and the thumbs. And shake your hands out. Okay, so the next thing we're going to activate is our serratus anterior. So that's this muscle right here. So it's like if there's serrated, like a serrated nut that attaches to the scapula. So if you have a band, what did I do with my band? You can use it, and if you don't have a band, then you don't have to use a band. How do you like that? So what we're going to do is we're going to, actually let's stand up. We're going to put it around your wrists. And your palms are up and your thumbs are out like you're hitchhiking. Let's go. Good practice. So what we want to do is we want to squeeze back. So let's have like a little bent-knee pelvic tilt, sternum up. We're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together back. And that's going to activate that serratus anterior. We're going to exhale as we squeeze back. So if you don't, we want to make sure that we're just pulling back right under the armpit there. If that area is weak, then it's kind of hard. It's hard to feel it at first. But the chest opens as it's squeezing back. Let's take a break. Take a deep breath. And let's do it again. So draw your abs in as you're squeezing back. You keep your elbows tucked into your hips. And that's the only thing that's really working. You're just thinking about squeezing back. It creates so much energy there. And then that muscle gets so weak and underactive. And then when that gets underactive, it's not attached to the scapula. And then the scapula is really just pulling up and moving into the traps and making your neck tight. So the stronger we make the serratus, the better off we're going to be. Okay, so let's do one more thing now. Let's come back down to the ground, and I'll show you another way to activate the serratus. So that band is still around your wrists. So I'll show you like from here. And your fingers are forward. Okay? And it's about shoulder width apart. So if you don't have a band, you can still do this. And then what we're going to do, trying to get the best picture here, is we're going to pull down, bring the shoulders down, and keep those abs in. So as you're holding that tension apart, you're stretching down. So now that's activating the serratus, okay? So just hold that. Keep your abs pulled in, shoulders down. You should feel that tension right there, right below the armpit, in the right where that serratus is connecting to the scapula. The chin is tucked, the back of the neck is long. Just holding that. Okay, good, and release. Okay, I'm going to show you one more way to activate the serratus, lying on your back. So again, you have that band, and you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together, and you're going to push down into the elbows as you're pulling apart. Keep that sternum up. Take a deep breath. Probably getting pretty tired by now. And rest. Okay. Let's bring the arms up now, straight up. And let's go ahead and pull the shoulders back and just pull apart. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Now keep that connection, bring your arms above your head. So you're keeping connected in the serratus. So this is, if you can keep that tension pulling apart, and you feel that connection like right underneath the armpit and that serratus, when you're bringing your arms above your head, your traps are going to be able to stay down. So this is like you have to strengthen the right muscles in order to get those compensating patterns to release and not happen. So the stronger the serratus is, the more you're going to be able to raise your arms above your head and not affect your neck and your shoulders if you have any impingement problems. One more time. and rest. So it's tiring. It's tiring for me too. It's like, it's an activation move, and it's something that you want to think about strengthening so that you don't have those problems with shoulders rising and neck getting tight. So let's just do one more standing with our band. And if you don't have a band, you don't have to use it. But if you do have it, we're going to bring it up, arms above our head. And we're going to connect in that serratus, right? We're not going to be like this, like Pee Wee Herman. Okay? Okay, so draw abs drawn in, exhale. If you can bring that band behind you, pulling apart. Exhale as you pull down. Keep your chin tucked. Back of your neck long, right? Draw your abs in. Use activating the back. Connect that serratus. You probably never even heard that word before. The serratus anterior. Squeeze as you're pulling down. And one more time. All right. Put that band down. And shake it out. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, let's take a deep breath. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down. One more time. And release. All right, that's it for today. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, safe weekend. Enjoy this warm weather, and I will see you on Tuesday for lower body. Have a great day.
You too.